National Broadcasting Company presents Dick Powell as Richard Diamond, private detective.
Before I was a private detective, I was a cop. Homicide. Working out of the 5th Precinct. Homicide means murder. And there are a lot more murders committed in a big city than you think. More than make the headlines in the newspapers. And for everyone, there's the same impersonal routine, the same hard work, the same check and double check, with every cop in or out of uniform doing his best to put the case in the closed file. But there's one kind of murder that will really tear the department to pieces, and that's when a cop is killed in line of duty.
Here's another exciting half hour with Richard Diamond, private detective, starring Dick Powell.
Diamond Detective Agency. If your husband's dead and you pull the trigger, Diamond will help, but the fee is bigger. Hello?
Oh, Rick, what can I say?
Hello.
Hello.
Oh, no, that's nice. Now try Hello, Rick.
Hello, Rick.
Oh, dandy. Call back tomorrow. We'll start on Hello, Rick. This is Helen.
You idiot.
Hi, baby.
Hi.
What's doing?
Oh, I was just a little lonesome. Wanted to know if you were coming by tonight.
Oh, you know it. Should be there around 8. How about a little...
Hey, Rick, what's that siren? Is there a fire?
Could be. Sounds like it's pulling right up here in front of my building. Wait a minute. I'll open the window.
Now, Rick, if there's a fire, you get right out of there.
Honey, if this building caught on fire, I'd be Mr. Unquintine of 1950.
Well, what is it?
Ambulance.
Oh.
Oh, and here comes a prowl car. Must be a traffic accident or something.
Well, thank goodness.
Well, somebody probably playing in the traffic.
Oh, Rick.
Okay. Some guy forgot to step down getting into his new Hudson. You know, I make remarks like that. I'm not trying to be... Oh, wait a minute. No combination, friend. Just turn the little old knob and push.
Who is it?
Somebody at the door. Well, Pop.
What?
Pop Scholes.
Oh, the nice old blind man who sells pencils on the corner.
Yeah. Hello, Pop.
Please, Mr. Diamond, I've got to talk to you. I ain't got much time.
What does he want, Rick?
Oh, to talk to me. I'll call you back, dear. Bye.
Bye.
I'm sorry to have bothered you, Mr. Diamond.
Well, not at all, Pop. Not at all. What can I do for you?
I can't stay long. I have to hurry, but I was wondering if you'd come to my place later on. It's pretty important.
How important, Pop?
I can't explain now, but I got a big trouble. I sure could use some help for old time's sake.
Sure, for old time's sake. Where do you live, Pop?
A little shack on the waterfront end of River Street, 622 and a half.
When do you want me to come down?
About an hour. I got to be going now.
Okay. Wait a minute, Pop. Here, let me give you a hand.
Thanks. I could make it with this stick, but it takes time. I ain't got a lot of that.
Oh, there you are, Pop. See you in an hour.
Thanks, Mr. Diamond.
Name's Rick.
Okay. See you in an hour, Rick.
Miss Asher's residence?
Oh, hello, Francis. Mr. Diamond.
Oh, yes, sir. I'll call Miss Asher right away.
Thank you.
Rick.
What? Oh, Walt.
Mind if I sit down?
No. What are you doing down here?
Hello, Rick.
Hold the phone, honey.
Came down on a homicide.
Homicide? Oh, that squad car right in front of the...
Right in front of your building, yes. Shooting.
Well, what are you doing up here?
I done all I could down there.
Rick.
Just a minute, baby.
Thought you might want to hear about it. Bill Walton.
What?
Friend of yours, wasn't he?
Yeah, darn good one.
Hello, Rick.
Somebody put 3 slugs in him.
Rick, I can hear somebody talking. What's going on?
Oh, I'll call you back, baby.
What?
Helen?
Yeah. You know, I worked with Bill on a robbery for 3 years. Got any idea who did it?
He left the robbery detail 2 years ago. Been with the narcotics division. Haven't checked with them yet, but he might have been working on something. Might give us a lead. You want to go down to the station with me?
Yeah, I'd like to.
Okay. I've got some witnesses to the shooting. They'll be down there for statements.
Bill's got a wife and 3 kids.
Yeah. Well, aren't you going to lock the office?
For what? Even the termites gag on the furniture. Let's go. Well, that's the way a quiet day could work itself into a lot of trouble. And like always, if trouble's around, yours truly is bound to get a chunk of it. Walt and I went downstairs, climbed into the prowl car, and 10 minutes later we were walking into the squad room of the 5th Precinct Police Station. The first thing I saw was the zoo's best argument for not taking in boarders.
Lieutenant, I got statements from all the witnesses. You want to talk to them?
No, he thought he'd read their palms, Sergeant.
Oh, Lieutenant, what did you have to bring the shamus along for?
Just relax, Otis. And Rick, you lay off here.
Well, I wouldn't needle him if he'd just stopped that terrible habit.
What habit?
Living.
Oh.
Come on, Rick.
Oh, look at that, Walt. 4 heads and they all need haircuts.
Come on, Rick. Come on. This is a swell time to make jokes.
Can you think of a better time?
Okay. Otis,
Yeah, Lieutenant.
send in the first one. Then check with narcotics and see what Bill Walton was working on.
Right.
Boy, I hate things like this.
What about his family?
Oh, I know all of them. I guess I'll have to go over and tell them.
First one, Lieutenant Arthur Phillips. Go on in.
Come in, Mr. Phillips.
Oh,
Have a chair.
yes, okay. Look, I don't know much about this thing. I was
Mr. Diamond,
just
Mr. Phillips.
How are you?
How do you do? As I was saying, I
You
don't...
saw the killing, Mr. Phillips?
Yes, I saw it. It all happened so fast that I don't think I can really be...
What were you doing when you saw the killing, Mr. Phillips?
Walking. But I didn't
Walking
see...
where, Mr. Phillips?
Up the street to my office. Oh, look, I gave your sergeant my statement. You'll find it all
What's
in
your
order.
business, Mr. Phillips?
Insurance. Liberty Insurance Company, 41st and Broadway.
You saw Officer Walton killed?
I saw a man, his name I didn't know he was killed.
You heard the shots?
Well, yes, but it was all so fast.
Just
that I...
what did you see?
Well, like I said, I was walking down the street.
To work.
Yes, Liberty Insurance
We've
Company.
got that.
Oh, yes.
You were walking.
Yes, and I heard this noise.
The shots?
Yes, but I didn't know it at the time. It was just a loud noise, but it made me jump, and I looked.
You just jumped, Mr. Phillips?
Yes, yeah. Well, then I saw this guy grab his stomach and fall flat on his face, and then I saw the guy with the gun.
What did the guy with the gun look like, Mr. Phillips?
Well, it all happened so fast.
Sergeant Otis showed you our rogues gallery. Did you see anybody who looked like him?
No, I didn't see anybody that looked like him. I didn't get a good look at his face.
How tall was he?
Tall.
Like 6 feet?
Yes, or close.
What was he wearing, Mr. Phillips?
Brown suit and hat, brown hat.
Stocky? Well built?
Yes.
Anything else, Mr. Phillips?
No,
Thank
that's
you, Mr.
all.
Phillips. We may want to talk to you again. Don't leave town on a business trip or anything.
Oh, I can go?
Good day, Mr. Phillips. Thank you again.
Oh, anytime. Oh, if you ever need any insurance, Lieutenant.
Liberty Insurance Company. Yeah, I'll remember.
Yeah, well, so long.
Cigarette?
Thanks. We still work pretty well together, Rick. Why don't you come back on the force?
Lieutenant,
There's your answer, Walt.
What is it, Hammerhead?
well, I went over and talked to Fisher. He told me Bill Walton was working on a narcotics case, but he had no leads. Stuff's been flooding the city.
Bill must have picked up a lead and got shot for it.
That's all, Otis.
Fisher doesn't know anything else. Walton just started on the job.
You got some more witnesses?
Yeah, a lady, Mrs. Margaret Walker. Okay, you can come in.
Oh,
you.
come in, Mrs. Walker. Take a chair.
Thank you.
Anything else?
No. This is Mr. Diamond, Mrs. Walker.
How do you do?
How do you do, Mrs. Walker?
Do you work, Mrs. Walker?
All the time. I'm a housewife.
You saw the officer killed?
Oh, yes, but I didn't know it was an officer. He wasn't in uniform, you know.
Would you mind telling us just exactly what you saw?
Well, it all happened so fast. I was standing on the corner and just...
What corner, Mrs. Walker?
Why, the corner where the poor man got shot, of course. 51st and Broadway.
Just standing, Mrs. Walker?
Young man, the traffic was very heavy. I was waiting for the signal.
Sorry.
I just want you to understand, I don't usually just stand around on street corners.
Go ahead, Mrs. Walker.
Well, I was standing there and I noticed an old man selling pencils.
An old man?
Yes, he was blind.
Hey, Pop Scholes. Did time about 15 years ago for peddling junk.
Yeah, that's right, he did.
I don't know what all this talk is about, but if you don't want to hear my story,
I'm sorry, Mrs. Walker. Of course we want to hear your story. Please go ahead.
Look,
Well,
Walt, I just remembered something. I was supposed to see a client in an hour, and the hour's just about up.
What?
I'm sorry, Walt, but this is business.
Now, you wait a minute.
I-
I'll talk to you later.
Well, I never...
Now, that's only because you don't have any friends named Diamond. All right, Mrs. Walker. Go on with your story.
I went out of that station like Noir in the stretch. The minute the little old lady had mentioned a blind beggar, I remembered Pop Scholes in my office, and I grew the biggest hunch of my career. Something had really been bothering Pop, and a cop killing could have been it. I grabbed a cab, and 20 minutes later, I was standing in front of an old weather-beaten shack at the end of River Street.
is it?
Diamond.
Oh, wait a second.
Am I late?
Look, Mr. Diamond.
Rick.
Yeah. Look, Rick, I'm sorry you came all the way down here, but, well,
You
think-
wanted some help, didn't you?
Well, yeah, I did.
You did. You could at least ask me in.
Oh, sure. I'm sorry, but you see, I don't need no help now.
No? Well, you seemed pretty worried about something when you came up to my office an hour ago.
I was, but it's all straightened out now.
That right? Hey, I didn't know you smoked cigars, Pop.
What?
One in your ashtray here. Pretty expensive for you, Pop.
Oh, well, you see, I kind of splurge now and then.
Come on, Pop. Somebody been here and changed your mind about talking to me?
No, that's my cigar. What makes you say a thing like that?
There was a cop killed right in front of you today, Pop, a good friend of mine.
What's that got to do with me? I'm going straight.
He was after somebody who's been peddling junk.
I don't touch this stuff anymore. I don't go near it.
Don't you, Pop?
No, I put it down 15 years ago.
You did time for it, too.
Sure, and lost my eyes in stir. You think I want to go back to that? You think I'm a fool? There's a car pulling up out in front.
That should be the law.
I didn't do nothing. I swear I didn't.
Better tell me quick. Who's throwing his weight around, Pop?
I had nothing to do with that cop killing. I'm clean. You can't prove a thing.
Come on, open up. It's the police.
You're sure you don't want to tell me anything?
No, I got nothing to tell.
Busted in, Pop.
Come on in. It's open.
Okay, Pop, you're coming.
I might have known it. Why didn't you wait for me, Rick?
Oh, believe me, Walt, I had an appointment with Pop.
That's right, Lieutenant. He did.
Oh, sure. Talk over old times, huh? Otis, take Pop out to the car.
Come on, Pop.
Sorry I got you in trouble, Rick.
Forget it.
Just what have you two been stewing up? What did he tell you?
He was showing me how to throw darts in the dark.
That's a pretty bad one.
Yeah. What did Mrs. Walker tell you about Pop?
I don't know why I should tell you.
Well, don't be so grouchy. I've just been trying to find the guy who killed Bill. Pop's had it pretty tough already. I thought maybe I could make it easier than having you third degree him all over the office.
Well, you sound like I'm going to use a hose on him.
But the way you're burning up, you'll probably hit him with Sergeant Otis. No, I'm going home.
Now, wait a minute.
What for? To watch you blow up like Old Faithful?
Mrs. Walker told me she saw some guy walk up to Pop like he was going to buy some pencils. Then another man busted through the crowd. That was Bill. Grabbed this guy with Pop. The guy pulled a gun and shot Bill, and then he beat it.
Did Mrs. Walker give you a description of the killer?
Sure. Short, dark, just the opposite of the one the insurance man gave us. The only thing that fits, they both said the killer wore a hat.
Oh, dandy.
Where are you going?
Now, back to my office. Pop knows something, Walt. Don't work on him too hard.
Okay.
Now, been over to Bill's family yet?
Right after I get through with Pop.
I'm sorry I got sore.
So we all get sore. So what? I'll give you a call.
I got back in my cab and headed for the office. On the way over, I kept trying to reason it out. Somehow Pop was mixed up in this thing, and he was scared stiff of something or somebody. I paid the cabbie off in front of the building and took the elevator up to my floor. I headed down the hall to my office, still thinking, still trying to put two and two together. That was a mistake I never could add. When I walked in, I was too busy to notice much. All I got was a whiff of cigar smoke.
You fall easy, Shamus. Now let's see how you bruise. So long, Shamus. I left a note for you. Read it when you wake up.
Everything about a beating like that is so unpleasant. The first swat isn't so bad. It's hitting that cold floor and fighting to stay awake. When you start getting kicked around, that's the time to face facts and give it up. But you don't. You keep on working until your senses get kicked loose and the world comes down around your ears. You fight it because you think maybe you're not ever going to wake up again, and when you finally do, you wish you never had. Anyway, like I said, it's so unpleasant. Oh, okay. Oh, well, that lamp was pretty silly anyway.
All right.
Don't jump, but you're talking to a ghost.
Rick?
At the sound of the groan...
What's the matter with you?
Well, that's a pretty good question. I don't know how to answer it without a head.
What happened?
Somebody worked me over. Oh, and how they worked me over.
You want me to send an ambulance?
No, just a shovel. What's this?
What's what?
There's something in the typewriter here. A note. Well, I'll put my eyes in straight.
Now, Rick, if you're hurt badly...
Oh, I'm not hurt that bad, Walt.
Well, what about this note?
Says, lay off the cop killing. That's all. Oh, and, yeah, look at this.
Find something else?
A souvenir. Butt of a cigar in my ashtray. There was one just like it in Pop's place.
Well, hang on to it.
All right, sure. What about Pop?
Won't tell us a thing.
Well, I'm getting sick and tired of this. Now, I got an idea. Wait 10 minutes and then take Pop back to his house.
Look, Rick, if somebody knows you're working on this thing, they must have found out when you went to see Pop. Probably spotted you going in. They certainly must know that we picked up Pop, and if they think he told us anything, they'll sure try to get him.
I know it. Now, you drive Pop home, pretend to leave, but don't.
And what'll you be doing?
I'll be inside when he walks through the door.
Okay, but I hope you know what you're doing.
So do I. 10 minutes, Walt.
Okay, Pop, here you are.
Thanks for driving me home, Lieutenant.
That's okay. Good night, Pop.
Good night, Lieutenant. Who's in here? Who is it? Chick! I know you're here. I can smell your cigar smoke. Chick, please, I didn't tell the law a thing. Chick, say something. Honest, I didn't crack. Look, if you want to get rid of me, okay, but not the girl. Please, I swear I didn't say anything to anybody. I'm an old guy. Go ahead, knock me off, but don't do anything to the girl. Please, Chick. I'll peddle your stuff for the rest of my life if you leave the girl alone. Chick!
Relax, Pop.
What? You're not...
No, Pop.
Diamond.
Didn't like to do it this way, Pop.
But that cigar...
The guy who saw you earlier came up to see me. Left me a cigar, too, along with a few bruises.
Well, you just about know everything.
Who's the girl you're protecting, Pop?
I can't tell you that.
Who's Chick?
I can't tell you anything.
Look, Pop, a cop's been killed. A great guy with a wife and kids. Now tell me, who's Chick?
I ain't going to say anything.
If the girl is the reason you won't talk, Pop, I'll find her. And if it's the last thing I ever do, I'll make you both sweat. Well, I'm on my way.
Wait a minute, Rick.
All right. Go on.
Okay. If you give me your word, you won't say nothing about what I'm going to tell you.
I give you my word about nothing yet, Pop. Now tell me, and if I think it should be kept quiet, that's the way it'll be.
I got a daughter, Rick.
What?
That's right. Right after I went to stir, my wife had a baby. My wife died, and the kid went to live with relatives. Rich relatives. He's getting a good home and good schools.
She doesn't know about you?
Panhandling, no. She don't know about me, and she ain't going to.
Go on.
Only one guy knew about her. My ex-partner, Chick Russo. He got away when they picked me up, and after 15 years, he comes back operating again.
The guy with the cigar, huh?
Yeah.
How did you figure?
The stuff was in the pencils. He delivered it to me, and I'd pass it.
Why would you pass it?
Chick had me over a barrel. He told me if I didn't play along with him, he'd tell my daughter who her father was. I'd do anything to keep from ruining her life.
Now, what about Bill Walton?
Well, he was going to grab Chick, but Chick shot him. That's why I came to see you. I didn't want no part of a cop killing, but I couldn't say anything then because I had the stuff on me and I wanted to dump it. I didn't want to go back to stir.
Then Chick came to see you here, huh? Threatened you. Told you to keep your mouth shut?
Yes. Told me in plain words that if I cracked, he'd kill my little girl and me. That's why I froze on you. You going to say anything?
About your daughter? No, Pop.
Oh, thanks, Rick. No, I don't care what happens.
Well, I do. This guy's still loose, and he's done a killing. I want him.
I don't know where you can find him. He never said...
Well, maybe I can find him. Take off your clothes, Pop.
Take off my clothes?
Yeah, you're going to get yourself a new suit. I'm going out and see Lieutenant Levinson. I'll be right back.
You sure you know what you're doing?
No, but why spoil a good surprise?
Rick,
Where are you, Walt?
over here by the pier.
What's that with you?
That's Otis.
I'll tell him to hide his tail. Some guy from Oklahoma's liable to shoot him.
Oh, that's very funny.
Shut up, Otis.
Okay.
Seen anything, Walt?
Very quiet.
Now, look, here's the idea. I'm going down to 51st and Broadway and stand with Pop's clothes and dark glasses on.
You're what?
From what Pop told me, Chick Russo will certainly try and get him.
Chick Russo? Are you crazy? He's been out of circulation for 15 years.
Well, I got a big flash for you. He's back.
But at 51st and Broadway, I can't give you any protection. Russo could step out of the crowd, and that's the end of it.
Well, I'm counting on one thing. That he thinks I'm Pop. He knows Pop's blind, so he'll get in close to do it. Maybe even with a knife.
You're crazy.
Walt, not in front of Otis.
Oh, that's all right, Diamond.
Now, I'm going down and change clothes. And then you, Walt, drive me to the corner, let me off. Then beat it. I left Walt then and went back to Pop's shack. We did a quick switch, and finally the dapper Richard Diamond stepped out complete with torn trousers, sweatshirt, and sneakers. I carried his cane with a white tip and kept his old hat pulled down over the dark glasses.
Well, I'll be darned.
Yeah, he looks just like the old man.
Yeah, let's go, Walt. Otis, you stay here with Pop just in case our pigeon doesn't go for the bait.
Oh, Lieutenant, can't
Otis.
Okay.
Don't look so unhappy, Otis. Who knows? Maybe I'll get shot.
Oh, I gotta miss everything.
Isn't he a dream?
Okay, here you are, Rick.
Thanks, Walt. Say good night, Pop, real loud.
Okay. Good night, Pop. Sorry if we caused you any trouble.
Oh, that's all right, Lieutenant. Thanks for the lift.
Here you are, my good man.
Bless you.
Hiker. Well, I stood there for 2 hours, getting a few dimes and selling a couple of pencils, but nothing happened. Now and then I'd pull my arm down against my side and feel a nice little 38 in the shoulder holster. I kept moving from one foot to another to keep my legs from going to sleep. I was getting a first-hand example of the tough role poor old Pop had to hold. By 10:30, I was ready to give it up. Then I spotted the cigar.
Bless you.
For what, Pop? Cops driving you to work now, huh? That's enough. I'll take your arm and you start walking. I'll lead you.
Chick, is that you?
Shut up. Walk. All right, we're going in the building. Down in the basement for a little talk.
And that's just what we did. Chick held onto my arm and led me into my own building and down into the basement. I could have taken him right there, but I kept remembering Bill Walton. So I let it go until just the right time.
Okay, Pop. You know what's coming.
Yeah, Chick. I know what's coming.
Don't act much scared. I guess it ain't so tough for a blind man. You can't see it coming.
You'd be surprised what I can see.
What did I tell you? Busted my arm. You hit me with that cane like you could see you hit me.
You go for that gun, I'll break your fat skull.
You ain't Pop.
No, Buster, I'm the fellow you gave the bruises to, just returning the favor.
Boy, you dirty.
Don't do it! Papa spank.
My shoulder.
All right. Now let's go back up where we can find a cop.
Oh, no, you're not gonna take me.
Come back here, Russo. Stop, Russo. I've got a gun.
Nuts to you, Shamus.
Skeptic.
Yes? Oh, hello, Walt.
Oh, no.
Yes, he's right here. Rick, it's Walt.
Oh.
Oh, this is for Wong. Mr. Diamond very dead.
Now, you stop that. I just had a long talk with Pop.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, he said absolutely nothing. I still don't know where he figures in this thing. Would you mind telling me?
Well, anything Pop did was under duress.
If it was illegal, I want to know about it.
Yeah, and if it was illegal, Pop would stand a good chance going back to prison.
He might. You better let the law decide that.
You haven't got any proof.
How could I? Everybody's dead. Except you and Pop.
Pop won't say anything?
Not yet, he won't.
Walt.
Yeah?
Die.
Now, you wait.
What in the world was that all about?
Oh, that Walt. When he dies, he'll have the penal code written on his headstone. But he's a good cop. And there he is again.
I can't stand to let a phone ring.
Oh, he'll get tired.
Rick, I'll go crazy.
I'll drown it out.
Well, do something.
I've got a lovely bunch of coke.
It stopped.
Oh, good.
Well, don't you stop. That was pretty.
Well, all right. Oh, I've got a lovely bunch of nuts. There they are, standing in a row. Big ones, small ones, some as big as your head. Give 'em a twist, a flick of the wrist, that's what the showman said. Oh, I've got a lovely bunch of coconuts. Every ball you throw will make me rich. There stands me wife, the idol of me life. Sing and roll a bowl, a ball, a penny a pitch. Sing and roll a bowl, a ball, a penny a pitch. Sing and roll a bowl, a ball, a penny a pitch. Roll a bowl, a ball, roll a bowl, a ball. Sing and roll a bowl, a ball, a penny a pitch. Aye, there you are, my lad. Step right up here. I got a lovely bunch of coconuts. There they are, all up, standing up there in a great big row. I got big ones and small ones, some of them as big as your blasted head. Yeah, you give 'em a twist and a flick of the wrist. Oh, what lovely fun. I've got a lovely bunch of coconuts. Every ball you throw will make me rich. There stands me wife, the idol of me life. Sing and roll a ball, a ball, a penny a pitch. Sing and roll a ball, a ball, a penny a pitch. Sing and roll a ball, a ball, a penny a pitch. Roll a ball, a ball, roll a ball, a ball. Sing and roll a ball, a penny a pitch. Oh, my dear, how was that, honey?
Oh, wonderful. Oh, darn. Yes, Walt.
Helen, you put Diamond on the line.
It's Walt, dear.
Oh, never mind him. Come here, honey.
Oh.
Hello? Hello? Helen, did you hang up? Helen, put Rick on this phone.
This is Fu Wong. Missy Diamond, not so very dead. Bye.
You have just heard Richard Diamond, Private Detective, starring Dick Powell. Ed Begley played Lieutenant Walt Levinson. Also in the cast were Wilms Herbert, Francis Robinson, Larry Dobkin, Ann Morrison, and Charles Seal. Music was under the direction of Frank Worth. Tonight's show was written by Blake Edwards and directed by Russell Hughes. Dick Powell currently may be seen in the motion picture version of the best-selling novel, Mrs. Mike. This is Eddie King inviting you to be with us next Sunday at this same time when we will again bring you Dick Powell as Richard Diamond, Private Detective. Later today on most of these NBC stations, you'll want to hear two great stars, Kirk Douglas and Walter Houston, in the Theater Guild on the Air presentation of Heaven Can Wait. This is the comedy fantasy which you may have seen as the motion picture, Here Comes Mr. Jordan. It's a great comedy, yours for the listening, today on Theater Guild on the Air. And for another fine mystery program today on NBC, listen later to the adventures of Sam Spade, as Sam slams his way through another of his amusing and mystifying capers. Hear the lovely duet from Madame Butterfly on Harvest of Stars, next on NBC. The National Broadcasting Company presents Dick Powell as Richard Diamond, Private Detective.
a detective agency, a corpse in every plot.
Oh, Rick, that's awful.
I know, Helen, but my sense of humor's out of gas.
Aw, what's the matter? No business?
Not for a week. If a client walked in now, I'd probably swear it was an hallucination and referred to Bellevue.
Walt's been trying to get you. He called here about 5 minutes ago, said it was important.
I just got in the office. I'll give him a call.
Am I going to see you tonight?
You know it. Me and my empty wallet will be glad to stop over for dinner.
Well, I'll have Francis fix something healthy.
Tell him to cook some money.
I'll see you around 7 then. Don't forget to call Walt. Bye.
Bye. And I wish I was smiling, sure it's flying on in there.
Lieutenant Levinson, homicide.
Oh, you want to talk to me, Fatty?
Rick?
How many people call you Fatty?
Where the devil have you been? I called you at your apartment all morning.
Helen just told me I slept late.
Well, why didn't you answer your phone?
Rent was due. Could have been a trap.
Can you come down here?
Well, if it's important, I can come down. But if a potential client gives up because he can't find me, I may have a crying jag all over your office.
I'll stock up on hankies. I wouldn't ask you, Rick, but it is important, very.
Well, don't sound like the last course of Gloomy Sunday. I'll be there. Relax. I knew Walt was on the level because every time he thought something was important, he came on in a higher register and began to sound like a harp. Well, I closed the office, set the bear trap in front of the door in case of a client, and left a box lunch. I might be gone for a good while this time, and if I caught something, there was no sense in letting it starve. The 5th Precinct was 20 blocks away, so being a practical man who always regards that lonely feeling in his pocket as the sure makings of a pedestrian, I insulted a few well-meaning cab drivers, and 30 minutes later, I limped into the squad room of the 5th Precinct Police Station.
Yes? Is there something I can do for you?
In my business, you have to be conditioned to anything. Nothing should surprise you. But in my business, like any other, there's always a first time for everything. And it looked like this was it. For over a year, I had been walking leisurely into the squad room of the 5th Precinct and smiling inside when I spotted a cop with a battering ram for a head and landing barges for feet. He was always the best straight man I'd ever run across, and his name was Sergeant Otis Loveloon. But this day, dear old Otis was not to be found. Instead, sitting at his desk, looking up at me through a pair of thick horn-rimmed glasses, was something else. It pulled out a clean white handkerchief, removed the glasses, clouded them up with a quick breath that filled the room with the essence of sen-sen, and said,
Well?
Where's Otis?
You mean Sergeant Loveloon? He's been transferred.
He's been what?
Transferred.
Who are you?
Sergeant Andre Klume. Is there something I can do for you?
Andre Klume?
Sergeant Andre Klume.
Sergeant Andre Klume.
Just one moment.
Yeah?
Where do you think you're going?
Look, Sonny, I'm going in to see the lieutenant.
You'll have to wait until I find out if he can see you.
Oh, he'll see me. He just called me.
May I have your name, please?
What? Citation.
Mr. or Mrs.?
Hey, this may not be so bad after all.
No?
No. We're going to have fun, Andre.
Are we?
Yes, indeed. Now call in to the lieutenant and tell him Mr. Diamond is coming in to see him.
Yeah?
The gentleman you were expecting, Mr. Diamond.
He's getting introductions now? Send him in.
Yes, sir. The lieutenant will see you, Mr. Diamond.
Thank you, Sergeant Klume.
And something else, Mr. Diamond.
Yes?
Sergeant Loveloon warned me about you, and I can assure you right now that I have no intention of becoming the brunt of your obvious crude comedy.
Sergeant Klume, I don't think there's much you can do about it. Oh, Walt, I want to go on record right now as saying
Don't. I know.
Oh, what is that out there?
The commissioner says he's one of the most valuable men on the force.
Well, how can you put him in a cop's uniform? It's like dressing Rasputin and a Mother Hubbard.
I miss Otis as much as you do, but strictly off the record, Sergeant Klume has relatives.
Oh, I thought so. And scratching all the way in here.
Otis moved over to the 11th Precinct.
Who's he working for now?
Lieutenant Crawford. They've had a suicide watch on him all night.
What's this Andre Klume supposed to be so good at?
He's only been with us for a couple of days. I don't know.
Well, if I keep thinking about him, I may have to be dipped in hot tar. You better tell me what you want to see me about.
You may not like it, Rick.
Oh? This is new?
Remember Ralph Baxter?
Sure. I sent him up while I was still on the force.
Yeah. Well, you worked on that case for over a year, didn't you?
You were in charge of the department. You know darn well I did.
Rick, You knew Baxter's habits better than anyone on the force.
Oh, now, Walt, what's it all about? Is Baxter loose?
Very loose. Busted out at 8 o'clock this morning along with 7 other guys.
Oh, all got away clean?
Every one of them. One of the best planned breaks I've ever heard about.
Well, if Baxter was in on it, it had to be. He's a smart boy, Walt. One of the smartest.
And well, the commissioner says we've got to pick him up before he does any damage.
Just like that, huh?
Just like that. I need someone who knows him so well he might have a chance of nailing him before the trouble breaks loose. And you know Baxter and trouble.
How come you're in on this, Walt? Somebody already get killed?
Truck driver.
Oh. Baxter's an unhappy boy. He kills to make up for it. Really does a fancy job.
You want to help me out?
You in trouble if they don't nail Baxter in a hurry?
The commissioner is relying on me.
Okay, then.
It's got to be official in case you have to make an arrest.
Oh, now, wait a minute.
Got to swear you in as a deputy. Look, Rick, we've got to. I don't really care how you bring Baxter in and who gets the credit, but
what
will the commissioner say if...
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry, Walt. Every time I used to put on that badge, a book of rules and regulations went with it. I do it my way or not at all.
But...
Now, don't start running your motor. I don't want the credit. The department can have it. Besides, it's 20 to 1 in any man's book that I'll never even get close to Baxter.
Well, you stand more chance than anyone else.
Okay, then. You still don't have to worry about the credit. It's 50 to 1 that the newspapers will read. Private detective found with his head missing.
Okay, Rick. Your way. Andre.
Yes, Lieutenant?
Andre.
Yeah, some name.
I beg your pardon?
Bring in all the information on Baxter and the 7 other men who were in on the break.
Yes, sir.
Andre Clume.
Yeah.
Here you are, Lieutenant.
You want to look over this stuff, Rick?
Yeah. I want to know how the break was pulled off. Maybe if we can get a line on who helped them, we can get it back so that way.
A truck was used. A Ford pickup that hauled garbage regularly. The large garbage cans were placed on the truck and taken off to a dump. The 7 men in Baxter hid in the cans and were covered up with garbage.
Oh.
The men in the prison kitchen have all been questioned, but none will admit a thing.
Well, thank you, Sergeant.
Maybe you can tell us what happened after that, Sergeant.
Several miles outside of the prison, the men got out of the cans. One man climbed up into the cab of the truck and ordered the driver to stop. He shot the driver, and the men climbed off the truck, rolled it over a 44-foot hill.
44 feet?
44 feet 9 inches at the first point of impact where the truck went over. The hill, of course, varies at other spots.
Of course.
2 cars were waiting for the 8 men. Tire tracks were found and casts made. A report on these casts should be in at any minute.
Synchronize your watches, then, Rick. Tell me, Sergeant Clume, have you any idea who might have been driving the 2 cars?
No.
Turn in your MiGs and your ray gun, you're through.
Very amusing.
Now, please, Rick, for the sake of my psychiatrist, don't start on Clume like you did on Otis.
Might be a woman.
Clume?
Driving one of the cars.
Oh.
Baxter was a known woman hater.
You don't say. I suppose the other 7 guys got together with him and formed a club.
4 of the 7 men were known to have had women friends at one time or another. But only one woman remained loyal after the men were sent to prison.
How do you know that?
I remember things.
He remembers things.
Oh.
She visited the prison many times to see Tony Lugetti, one of the escapees.
Maybe you can remember the dates?
The first time was right after Tony was sent up, November.
All right, Sergeant.
What's the girl's name and where does she live?
Jean Lawrence, 1782 East 12th Street, apartment C. No, B.
Butterfingers. I'll take this list of histories on the 7 guys.
You going to check on the girl?
Yes, and thank you, Sergeant Andre Clume. You've been a brick. I left Clume polishing his glasses, Walt looking sick. Jean Lawrence did live at 1782 East 12th, apartment B. So I looked up the landlady, a nice old reproduction of Whistler's mother with a hangover, Mrs. Shook by name. She was a little unhappy that I'd bothered her, but I finally sold her on the idea that she could shave any time, and aided by my best smile and the promise of a fast 5th, I finally got her to open the door to apartment B.
There you are, lover, but I can tell you right now, Jeannie ain't in.
Well, what's in this room?
Bedroom. She didn't come home all day yesterday or last night.
She didn't, huh?
You know, I shouldn't be showing you around like this, except that you look like a real nice fella.
And you're thirsty.
Oh, go on.
You see anyone else hanging around, say, in the last week?
Yeah. Come to think of it, about a week ago, some dark fella started coming over to see Jeannie. Used too much hair oil, greasy type.
Think you'd recognize him?
You bring me that present, lover boy, and I could recognize a clove of garlic in an onion warehouse.
I'd make a book on it. May I use the phone?
Go right ahead, lover. Oh, by the by, 100 proof, huh?
100 proof.
Homicide, Lieutenant Levinson.
Walt, this is Rick. I'm up at the girl's apartment. Not here. But the landlady says she can identify some guy who's been hanging around here for the last week. So look up
Oh,
in...
hold it a minute, Rick. Something coming over the hot shot.
Okay. Oh, bottle and bond, is that right, dear?
Oh, lovely, lovely.
Lovely.
Rick,
Yeah.
get that landlady in here, then meet me out at the end of River Street, Pier 14.
Something up?
Sus came up. Someone didn't want it to. But she hit bottom, the bricks in the sack must have torn it open.
What?
A dock worker spotted her floating near one of the pier pilings.
Jean Lawrence?
Yeah. I'll see you over there.
Something happened to little Jeannie. I could hear...
Found her floating in the river.
Oh. Well, if we're going down to the station, can we stop off and get that present?
Yeah.
Bottled in bond, you promised.
I grabbed a cab and took Mother McCrae over to the 5th Precinct, making one stop on the way for the promised present. I turned her over to the desk sergeant and took off for Pier 14 at the end of River Street. When I got there, I spotted the homicide prowl car and Walt standing near the ambulance. On the wooden floor of the pier, covered with a sheet, was the dead body of Jean Lawrence. The coroner had just finished his examination.
Well, give me a full report as soon as I get to the lab, Lieutenant.
This is a rush, Coroner.
It always is. Oh, hello, Rick.
Hi, Charlie.
Shot twice, then thrown in the drink.
Yeah, nice. Anything else?
Book of matches in her coat pocket. Probably don't mean a thing.
Lieutenant, we just got a report from the precinct. Hello, Diamond.
Oh, good afternoon, Clume. You're looking fine.
Oh, you'll be kissing each other on the cheek in a minute. What about that report, Sergeant?
The landlady Diamond brought in 22 minutes ago has just identified a picture in the morgue as a man who had been visiting Jean Lawrence for the past week.
Anyone we know?
William Nash, alias William Barnes, alias Bootleg...
Yeah.
5'11", black hair, brown eyes, slight scar...
Oh, hold it. What about his record?
9 arrests, 2 convictions, robbery and assault. In the cafe business now at...
Red Dot Inn?
Yes, sir.
Matches you found the girl, Walt?
Yeah, Red Dot Inn. Let's take a run over there.
Yes, gents, what'll it be?
William Nash, he around?
No.
Police.
He still ain't around.
He got an office?
Well,
He got an office.
Yeah.
Where is it?
Top of those stairs. Down the hall, last door.
Go around to the back of the bar, Clume.
Yes, sir.
Hey, now, wait a minute. You ain't supposed to come back here.
See that he doesn't have any way to let Mr. Nash know we're coming up.
Just go ahead and tend your bar.
You guys want to get me in trouble?
Not unless Nash is really in his office. Then you don't have to worry about trouble. You're in it.
Let's go, Rick. Down the hall, he said. Last door. We both go?
Yep. Fire escape down there. This way, Sergeant Clume covers him. Can Clume shoot?
I forgot to ask him.
You get down there by the fire escape in case he gets past me.
Who is it?
Fire department.
What?
Yeah, we received a report that your cafe isn't properly equipped in case of fire.
Are you nuts? I just had no extinguisher.
William Nash?
Yeah. Now, what the
Let's
devil...
go.
Huh?
You heard him.
Hey, what is this?
Police, let's go.
He's clean.
All right, copy. You want to haul me in. What's the charge?
Murder.
Murder? Now, listen,
Start walking.
Who's murdered?
Jean Lawrence. Down the steps.
I don't know any Jean Lawrence.
Sure.
Everything all right, Lieutenant?
Go upstairs and watch this guy's office.
Yes, sir. You need a warrant for this, you know.
I'll get one.
I tell you, I don't know any Jean Lawrence.
My friend, I know a little old lady who thinks you wear too much hair oil. She's going to make a very big liar out of you.
NBC is bringing you Richard Diamond, Private Detective, starring Dick Powell.
All right, Sergeant, get the lineup going.
Yes, sir. Henry Phipps. Henry Phipps, alias Henry Phipps.
I ain't never seen a lineup before, lover.
The man you identified earlier from the picture. See if you can pick him out.
George Chalmers.
No, ain't him.
Chalmers, alias George Lippert, alias Geo the Lip, George Petty.
Ain't him neither.
William Nash.
That's him.
William Barnes.
All right, hold him.
You sure that's a man who was calling on Gene Lawrence?
Yep, that's him. Why don't he use bay rum on his hair?
Nash.
Yeah?
Yes, Lieutenant.
Yeah, Lieutenant.
You know Miss Gene Lawrence?
I told you I don't, Lieutenant.
He sure is a lousy liar.
All right, run him off.
Step down. Cal Ennis.
He killed Jeannie.
We don't know.
Yes, sir. He sure should use bay rum.
Well, Walt and I and a couple of the boys took Nash downstairs and worked on her for about a half an hour before I got tired and decided to see what I could turn up myself. Nash still wouldn't admit he knew the dead girl, and we still weren't any closer to finding Ralph Baxter. I was pretty sure that Nash was connected with Baxter in some way, or he would have admitted knowing the girl and denied the killing. So I went back to the Red Dot Inn with a warrant to search Nash's office. Sergeant Andre Clume was guarding the door in the best prescribed manner. Legs spread, arms folded, back straight against the door. You're flat.
Mm-hmm. What? Oh, Diamond. I have absolutely no excuse. I'll understand if you report me to the lieutenant.
No one could get by, could they?
Not without waking me.
Then you did what you told to. You guarded the place.
But there is no excuse for falling asleep on duty.
Unless you get tired. Now, forget it. I got a warrant here. Let's give this officer going over. And that's exactly what we did. We took the place apart, piece by piece. And I have to go on record by saying that Clume really knew his business. He didn't miss a thing.
This might be important, Diamond.
What is it?
Bills to William Nash from the garage.
Let me see. Nick's Garage, 13th Street. 1,000-mile service on both cars, $14.90. Parking space rental on both cars, $25.
2 cars.
May not mean a thing. I'll check it anyway.
2 cars were used in the escape, Diamond.
Now, don't get excited. You stay here. I'll call you from the garage. I left Clume and went over to Nick's Garage, looked up the owner, and he showed me the 2 cars, both sedans. 48 Chrysler and a new Hudson. Nick told me that both cars had been taken out the night before and returned early that morning. He said that Nash had driven one and the girl the other. So I put in a call to the Red Dot Inn and Sergeant Clume.
Yes, the lab has 2 good casts of the tire prints.
Well, put in a call to the lieutenant and tell him to get right down here with him.
I hope you'll forgive me being a little premature, but...
You already told him to come down.
Yes.
Tell me, Sergeant, you don't know anything about the 5th at Hialeah, do you?
One by Step Up in One. And
goodbye, Sergeant.
Hello, Rick.
Well, this is Nick Miller, runs the garage.
Hi, Lieutenant. Miller, how about the cars?
This one and that one.
Hold this cast. I'll try the other one.
Okay. Fit?
No.
Those tread prints on that can supposed to fit the treads on one of these cars?
You hope so.
How about that one, Walt?
Like a glove. Try your cast on that car.
Fits this one, Walt.
Rick, both of the cars were used in the getaway.
What happens now?
Go back to headquarters and tell Nash we got him dead to rights. We'll sweat him till he cracks.
I got a better idea. Turn him loose.
What?
Nash knows that it's only a matter of time until we turn up his evidence anyway. And he knows something else. He knows Ralph Baxter. He knows if he spills anything, Baxter will kill him sure.
But we'll promise him protection.
Against Baxter? Baxter'd get him if it took 10 years.
Not if we get Baxter first. Nash probably knows where he's hiding out.
Walt, even if Nash knows where Baxter is, he'll be a long time telling you. In the meantime, Baxter can cause a lot of trouble.
All right, so I let Nash go. So what?
Get a hold of the newspapers. Tell them to run a story that you've picked up Nash for questioning in the prison break, but that you had to release him because of insufficient evidence.
You think Baxter will go after him?
Well, he'd at least send some of his boys. I think the girl was knocked off because she got out of line. You can bet that Baxter won't want Nash around for a witness.
Okay.
Gee, you're kind of making Mr. Nash a sitting duck, ain't you?
Oh, I guess you'd say that, Mr. Miller. Now, why don't you come on down to the station with us and answer a few routine questions?
Hey, I don't know nothing about this.
That's what Mr. Nash said, but you can see what a liar he turned out to be. We went back to the precinct, and the garage owner was held for questioning. In the meantime, 2 men were sent to the home of William Nash, and the phone tapped. 2 other men took their places on a stakeout at the Red Dot Inn, another pair at the garage. The garage owner was cleared of any suspicion and told to go back to work, but warned not to say anything. About 4 in the afternoon, a call came over the hot shot at the 5th Precinct.
My name is Barton. I've just been robbed.
Where are you calling from?
I own the Rome jewelry store. 3 men came in and tied us all up. They stole over $100,000 in gems.
Anyone hurt?
My clerk, he's still unconscious.
All right, what's the address?
Corner of Wilmot and 21st Street.
It looked like just a routine robbery at the time, so the robbery detail took over. Walt released Nash and called the papers. Around 4:30, Walt got a call from robbery.
Levinson.
Jennings, Walt. Those guys that held up the jewelry store over on Wilmot Street. The owner just identified one of the hold-up men, Tony Lughetti.
Oh, thanks. Rick, Tony Lughetti, one of the guys that busted out with Baxter, has been identified as one of the hold-up men in the jewelry store.
Now it starts. The gang had gotten away clean. No trace except a cab driver who spotted a green sedan in front of the jewelry store. 3 men in it. We waited.
Levinson.
Sullivan, Nash just got a phone call. Man said he wanted to see him for the payoff. Said to meet him at the place. Nash left the house. Fisher's tailing him.
Right. Nash just left the house. Got a call.
Let's go. We piled into the squad car and headed across town in the direction of Nash's house. A newsboy on the corner yelled the planted news of Nash's arrest, and the car radio told us what Nash was doing.
Suspect just went into garage. We're parked across the street. Instructions.
I'm about 2 blocks away. If he gets in his car, let me know.
He's coming out, turning north on Chestnut. See him?
There he is, Walt.
We've got him, Jennings. We'll tail him.
We followed Nash until he hit the outskirts of town. We drove for another good half hour, then pulled into a roadside eating place with a motel off to the left.
This looks like it.
Yeah. Drive past. We'll swing back. Nash is going into the diner.
We'll walk up. Attention, all units. I'm at a roadside diner. The stop-a-while motel near it. Suspect just went into diner. All units proceed with caution. A whole bunch might be in that motel.
Mm-hmm.
Hope the boys get here before things start popping.
You said it.
We can't go in.
Hey, there's Nash at the counter.
See anyone else?
Not from here. Let's walk over to the other side. Hey, Walt.
What?
Over there by the gas pump. Green sedan.
Think it might be the robbery car?
Nobody in it.
Look, 2 guys coming out of the restroom.
Yeah. And one of them, Tony Lughetti.
Baxter's boys.
I got a hunch Baxter's around. I got Tony's going in the diner. He's going in to pick up Nash. Probably going to take him for a ride.
Let's take this guy before Lughetti comes out.
He hears us. He's turning around.
Police. He's going for a gun. You knocked him cold. Nice tackle, Rick.
Vassar, 28. Here's his gun. I'll dump him in the car.
Here come some of the boys. I'll wave them off. You get in the back of the car. Okay, I'll get in with you.
I wonder where Baxter is.
Can you look out that back window without being seen?
Yeah. 2 more prowl cars pulled up. If the boys in the diner don't spot him.
Nothing yet?
No. Here they come.
Lughetti and Nash?
Yeah, holy cow, the whole bunch.
Is Baxter with them?
Yeah, and 1, 2, 5 others. They've spotted the cars. They're headed for this car.
You go out that side, I'll go out this.
You're boxed up, Baxter.
Look out, Rick!
Two of them down. Baxter's heading around back.
Rick, don't go after him alone, you crazy!
Now he tells me. Stop, Baxter!
You get him, Rick?
Yeah, but just barely. That was my last shot.
How was the dinner?
Oh, if I'd eaten any more, I'd need a new belt.
You gonna tell me what you did all day and why you were so late?
Went for a long walk in the park.
Oh, that's what I love about you. Gone all day. Come in, smelling like a shooting gallery until you tell me you went for a walk in the park. Oh, no.
I get it. Yes?
Oh, Rick, you going to give me a routine, or do you want to hear about Baxter?
Oh, Harold Appleknocker's tired. Let's have it.
Forget he's dying in the hospital. 2 of the other boys died on the way. The guy you tackled is singing all over the place, and Baxter will have a quiet funeral tomorrow. The others we got locked up.
Your boy's all right?
One of them got it in the leg. Otherwise, okay. You were right about the girl. Baxter killed her because he was afraid she'd talk. Seems she had a beef and walked out. Baxter got worried. Nash was to get his tonight, just like you figured.
Okay, Walt, thanks. I'll talk to you tomorrow.
And thanks, Rick.
Sure.
Well,
Well,
wanting to know if his boys were all right. Now, Rick, you've been doing something exciting, and I want to know about it.
honest, baby, the park's very dull in the afternoon. Want to go stir up some action in it now? Good mood.
Rick, why do you lie to me? Oh. All right, come on.
Oh, wait. We're forgetting something. I got to sing a song first.
Oh, Rick, now that you brought it up, I want to go to the park.
Well, this will only take a few seconds. You just pucker up and hold.
Well, look who's here. I haven't seen you in many a year. If I knew you were coming, I'd have baked a cake, baked a cake. Baked a cake. If I knew you were coming, I'd have baked a cake. How'd you do? How'd you do? How'd you do? Had you dropped me a letter, I'd have hired a band, grandest band in the land. Had you dropped me a letter, I'd have hired a band and spread the welcome mat for you. Now I don't know where you came from, 'cause I don't know where you've been. But it really doesn't matter. Grab a chair and fill your platter and dig right in. If I knew you were coming, I'd have baked a cake, hired a band. Goodness sake, if I knew you were coming, I'd have baked a cake. How'd you do? How'd you do? How'd you do? Now I don't know where you came from, 'cause I don't know where you've been. But it really doesn't matter. Grab a chair and fill your platter and dig right in. If I knew you were coming, I'd have baked a cake, hired a band. Goodness sake, if I knew you were coming, I'd have baked a cake. How'd you do? How'd you do? How'd you do? Oh, how'd you do? How'd you do? How do you do?
Miles, still puckered?
Mm-hmm.
Think you can hold it till we get to the park? Now, you see, if you're patient, I always make it up to you.
You have just heard Richard Diamond, Private Detective, starring Dick Powell. Lieutenant Levinson was played by Ed Begley. Also in the cast were Virginia Del Valle and Wilms Herbert. Music was under the direction of Frank Worth. Tonight's show was written by Blake Edwards, and the entire production was under the direction of Jack Johnstone. Dick Powell currently may be seen in the motion picture version of the best-selling novel, Mrs. Mike. Richard Diamond, Private Detective, will next be heard 2 weeks from tonight. Check your local newspaper for the time of broadcast. Listen next week at this hour for Dangerous Assignment, starring Brian Donlevy as Steve Mitchell, Soldier of Fortune. Remember, at this time next week, it's Dangerous Assignment on NBC. This is Eddie King, inviting you to be with us 2 weeks from tonight, when we will again bring you Dick Powell as Richard Diamond, Private Detective. For all the family, try Father Knows Best, tomorrow on NBC. Here's Dick Powell as Richard Diamond, Private Detective.
Hello there, this is Diamond. I've got a little office near 53rd Street on Broadway, 8th floor. My business? Trouble. What kind of trouble? Well, take your pick. If you come up with something unusual, a new kind of trouble, drop around and see me. Because I'm known along the big street as a shamus, a gumshoe, or to the guy on Park Avenue as a private detective. If you happen to be stuck with your problem, For $100 a day in expenses, I'll chase it around until I can catch up and break its back. I average about 20 fast rounds a week with Old Man Trouble, and so far, the decision's been on my side. But don't misunderstand me. It's my business to beat him, but I respect him. Trouble goes to work with every trick in the book. So I play it the same way, and believe me, when I put him away for the count, I don't clap my little hands in glee. I know he's just taking a rest, and he'll be back again with some new stunts. Want to know how he works? Well, the other day, I was on the way to my office. I stopped at the corner newsstand, 53rd and Broadway, to buy a paper and to say hello to an old friend.
Hi, Mr. Diamond.
Well, hello, Jeff. How's the newspaper business?
Oh, swell. How's the detective racket?
Oh, swell.
Hey, you don't sound too happy.
Jeff, I couldn't be happier if my hair was on fire. Take my advice, son. When you grow up, be sure and get a job that pays off every week in that little white envelope. Don't ever become a private detective. It's like a penny getting lost in a gum machine.
Well, I'm going to stick to the newspaper business.
Good for you.
Say, I was just about to go across the street to Mary Lou's and get some ice cream. How about it? Can I buy you a cone?
Now, that is a beautiful idea. Let's go.
Aren't you coming to work a little late, Mr. Diamond?
Well, you see, Jeff, I was up kind of late. Research, you know.
Yeah, I know. I see him going into your office all the time. That blonde last week stopped traffic all the way to 42nd Street.
Yeah, she was lovely. Got tired of social standards and shot her husband right through his morning cup of coffee.
Was that the one in the headlines?
That's the one.
Hi, Mary Lou. Take a seat, Mr. Diamond.
Well, what do you and your friend have?
Well, I'm going to have a double strawberry. How about it, Mr. Diamond?
Sounds great.
2 double strawberries.
This is Mr. Diamond, Mary Lou. His office is in that building across the street.
Oh, how do you do?
How are you, Mary?
All right, I guess. Business could get better, and I wouldn't mind at all. Here are your cones.
This is on me, Mr. Diamond.
Oh, no, now put it away.
Oh, now, come on. I asked you over, and that makes it my treat. Here's a 5, Mary Lou. Mr. Diamond's money isn't any good today.
Tell you what I'll do, Jeff. Give me a 5 a minute.
Sure, here.
Now, if you can tell me whose picture's on this bill, you can buy the cones.
That a deal?
That's a deal.
Lincoln. Well, what's the matter? That's right, isn't it?
Hmm? Oh, yeah.
What's wrong?
Where did you get this bill, Jeff?
Well, I just made change for it a few minutes. Hey, what's the matter with that dough?
You two act like you've never seen a $5 bill before.
Well, this Finn's counterfeit.
What?
That's right. Good job, too.
You sure?
Yep. One of the best engraving jobs I've ever run across. Paper's not too good.
Oh, that's swell. That's real great. I get gypped out of a whole $5.
Who gave it to you?
I remember the guy, all right. He came by just before you did. Made change for him, the heel.
Yeah. $5 is a lot of papers.
I'll say it is.
Well, maybe you're wrong. You could be.
Not Mr. Diamond. He's a private detective. Used to be a cop.
Look, Jeff, mind if I take this bill along with me?
Nah. What good's it gonna do me?
Oh, it's not so bad. Here, I'll give you a good 5 for it.
No, sir. You only learn by mistakes. I made a big one, so I'm out 5. I'll get along.
Look, it's worth the 5. I'm just buying it from you.
Sure, Jeff. Go ahead and take it.
Thanks a lot, Mr. Diamond, but I just can't.
Okay, Jeff. Maybe I can find the guy who slipped this to you. Maybe we can get your 5 back.
What are you gonna do?
Take a run down to the 5th Precinct. See how much of this stuff is floating around New York. Now, I want you to do something for me, Jeff.
Sure, anything.
I want you to keep an eye out for the guy who gave you this phone.
I'm way ahead of you.
Well, now, that's what I'm afraid of. I want you to promise me, if you do spot him, not to do anything until you get in touch with me. Promise?
Yeah, okay.
Well, I'll be at the station. Ask for Lieutenant Levinson's office.
Right.
Here's for the ice cream, Mary Lou. Good ice cream, too.
Oh, thanks. I make it here. Right in back. Take a quart home some night.
I always do, but it generally has a cork in it. I left Mary Lou's ice cream parlor and headed for the 5th Precinct Police Station. I don't usually start something like that, but when a kid gets fleeced out of a whole day's pay, I get a little hot under the collar. I walked into the squad room and spotted Sergeant Otis putting shine on his big shoes.
Oh, it's you, Diamond.
Now, what good is that going to do you, Otis? You can lose a whole can of polish in the cracks.
What do you mean? My shoes ain't cracked so bad.
Well, maybe not, but I've seen bacon that look better.
If you want to see the lieutenant, go on in.
Thank you, Sergeant. Until we meet again.
Why don't you stop trying to be so funny?
Sergeant, I'll do it if you'll do something for me.
What?
Cut off your head. That face could start a Harry Carey epidemic. Hello, Walt. Now, what the devil's the about?
What do you mean?
That bilious explosion you just popped up with. Sound like you just swallowed a whole pineapple.
Why?
What do you mean, why?
Who's dead?
Huh?
The body you said you found.
The body, I said... No, Walt. You're not built for it.
Who?
No, Walt. It's my routine. It won't work for you.
Oh, I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, sure you do. You wanted to know who's dead. Well, I'm not going to tell you.
Huh?
Don't try to be cute with me. You know what it's all about, and I'm not going to be the fall guy. You just hunt for the body.
Wait a minute. I don't know anything about a body.
You wanted to know who's dead, didn't you?
Sure, but that was just a gag.
Okay, have your fun, but I'm not going to tell you.
Tell me what?
Who's dead?
You mean somebody really is?
What are you talking about?
Well, I'm talking about what you just said. Now, who's dead?
That's a stupid question.
Why is it?
Well, if you don't know who's dead, what the devil are you doing in charge of homicide? Go on over to the robbery detail.
Now, you wait a minute. You said...
Yes, what?
Oh, get out of here.
I did not. I never said, oh, get out of here. When I came in, I said, hello, Walt, and you said, uh-huh. Then I said, what do you mean, uh-huh? And you wanted to know where the body was.
I did not. I said, who's dead?
Why?
Oh, no, please. I'm an old man.
Oh, Walt, get away from that window and take a look at this.
Oh, please. Do I have to? It'll probably explode.
Now, be a good boy and open your little eyes.
All right, but I just know I'll be sorry.
Here.
You don't owe me any money.
Well, if I did, I'd make sure to pay you off in this stuff.
Why, what's wrong with... Where'd you get this?
Some guy slipped it to Jeff, the newsboy. He got change for it.
Oh, that certainly is a nice stunt.
Well, maybe the guy didn't know he was passing counterfeit.
I doubt it. You don't give a newsboy $5 for a paper.
Okay, tell me about it.
Well, the stuff's been flooding the city. You can't get a lead. Picked up a couple of passes, but they won't crack.
How do they work?
Look, Rick, this isn't my department. The Treasury boys are working on it right now. Why don't you go over and talk to them?
Well, if you want to be snooty about it.
Now, you wait a minute, Diamond. Yeah? Lieutenant Levinson, homicide.
Is Mr. Diamond there?
Now, wait a minute. Rick, it's for you. Yeah, wait just a minute. Here, Diamond, and if you're mixed up in something...
Walt, be quiet. Hello?
Mr. Diamond?
Yeah, Jeff?
Yeah, I just spotted the guy who slipped me the phony bill. He went into the bar next to the ice cream parlor.
You stay where you are. I'll be right over.
I'll be at the stand.
Rick.
Yeah?
Please.
Walt.
Yeah?
Bye.
Paper, late edition paper.
Jeff.
Oh, Mr. Diamond. He hasn't come out yet. He's still in the bar.
Come on.
Where are we going?
Leave your papers for a second. I want you to point him out.
Okay. He's a big guy. You better be careful.
Big guys always make me careful.
You want me to go in with you?
Just stick your head in the door and point him out, and then go on back to your papers. If I start bleeding, I'll scream. See him?
No. Yeah, there he is. Over in that booth.
Well.
You know him?
Yeah. Go on back to your stand.
Oh, golly, Mr. Diamond, can't I?
No, Jeff. Go on back.
Okay.
Hello, Walker.
Huh? Oh. What do you want, Shamus?
Well, I'll have a talk. Mind if I sit down?
Does it make any difference?
Not much.
Then sit.
You passed a phony 5 spot this morning.
I did? Well, shame on me.
How many more you got on you?
I don't know what you're talking about.
You want me to turn you upside down and shake it out of you?
Diamond.
Yeah?
Bo.
Walker.
Yeah?
Oh, hey, you. Let go. Oh, you busted my arm.
You want it back?
Yeah.
Now let's see your pockets.
Okay.
Get on your feet. I want to see what you're doing.
All right.
Okay, dump them.
Hey, what's going on here?
Just relax, bartender. I'm taking care of some business.
Well, there ain't going to be any rough stuff in my joint, so you better relax, Sonny. Yeah, make this guy take his big paws off of me. He's trying to shake me down. Oh, yeah? You want me to call the cops, Sonny?
Maybe that's not a bad idea. How about it, Walker? You want him to call the law?
I don't care who he calls. Just get out of my way, Diamond.
You're not going anywhere.
No, I told you to lay off, Sonny, and I meant it. No, let him go, you hear me?
Look out, he's making a break.
Just let him be.
Get out of my way, Pop. You're too old to lose another set of teeth.
I ain't turning you loose until that guy makes the street.
Sorry, Pop. You better take a chair.
Mr. Diamond, what happened?
You see which way you went?
Yeah, there he goes around that corner.
Stay at the ice cream parlor, Jeff, so I can get you if I need you. I took off like a seagull in a hurricane. I turned the corner and spotted my man jumping into a cab, so I did the same. He led me across town to a little dive on 13th Street and got out of his cab. My boy parked up the block, and we watched while Walker looked around for a tail. When he was satisfied he'd given me the shake, he went in. I paid off my cabbie and followed. It was another bar, and Walker wasn't anywhere in the room. I sat down, ordered a beer, and waited. After about 10 minutes, I saw a couple of guys wander out of a door in the back. A couple of minutes later, a couple of more wandered out. So I wandered in. It was a small-time gambling setup. The kind you can throw in the back of your car if the cops come. I started getting that lousy feeling again. You don't just walk into a place like that unless someone wants you to. And if they do, it's usually because they got it fixed so you stay around. Maybe permanently.
What are you tailing me for, Diamond?
Why? Make you uncomfortable?
Yeah.
It's cozy setup. Good way to get rid of bad money. Pay the winner off with counterfeit.
I think we'd better go back to my office.
Oh, I don't know. I might have a little fun here. I'll bet if one of those guys at the table knew he was going to be paid off in counterfeit, he'd just about tear this place apart. And you, too.
Diamond, don't be stupid.
Oh, something new's been added.
Yeah, and it makes so much noise when it goes off. Let's go back to my office, huh?
For some reason, I just can't think of a good argument not to.
This way. Have a seat.
My ankles get lumpy when I sit down. Bad circulation.
And stand on your head.
It doesn't work. I keep talking to toes all day.
How'd you get onto this setup?
Oh, luck. You passed a bad bill to a newspaper boy. He spotted you for me.
You know what happens to you?
No. As a matter of fact, I was thinking what's going to happen to you.
What do you mean?
Treasury boys, homicide, 5th precinct. And tomorrow we're taking a full-page ad in the Times. You should do a big business.
You're lying.
Okay. I think I'll sit down while you wrestle with it.
You mean the team know about this place and me?
The only way they'll get to know you any better is when they give you a room number at Sing Sing. Oh, you mind if I put my feet up?
Oh, go ahead.
He kept asking questions, not waiting for answers. He was good and worried. And as long as I could keep him that way, the longer I was going to keep on breathing.
I don't believe one rotten thing you said, Diamond.
Okay. He kept trying to convince himself that I was lying. He wanted to shoot me in the worst way. He moved around behind his desk and sat down. Bless his little heart. I had both feet on the front of his desk, so I shoved out as hard as I could. I pinned him against the wall of the desk and jumped up to get better leverage. I shoved so hard the front of the desk nearly cut him in two. He was stuck and he couldn't use his arms.
I can't breathe.
You want to tell me about it?
I don't know a thing.
Okay. You'll look pretty silly from the waist down. Come on, Walker. If I mash you anymore, they'll be able to use you for wallpaper.
Okay.
Now, leave the gun in your pocket. When I pull the desk back, put your hands on top of it. You try a stunt and you end up in halves.
Okay. What do you want to know?
Who's the big wheel behind the counterfeit ring?
You give me a chance if I tell you?
No deals.
You can't blame me for trying.
All right, you tried. Now, you want back in the vice?
No. I'll tell you.
Walker! He died with his head rolled back and his eyes staring up like he wanted to starve for trying. Whoever shot him had been out in the alley and had nailed him through the window. I looked out, but the killer had disappeared, so I put in a call to homicide, and finally Walt and his boys arrived.
Diamond, don't you ever get tired of corpses?
Well, of course not. I just do my bit and then try to make you happy.
Hey, you want me to call the wagon and get the coroner down here, Lieutenant?
No, Otis. I thought we might all sit around and wait for the dead man to say something.
Oh, I was only asking, Lieutenant.
Well, start using that mallet head of yours, you mallet head, and make a report.
Okay.
Now, Diamond, I want to know how you got mixed up in this thing.
Well, the dead man was the one who slipped the paper boy the phony $5. I tailed him, and he was just about to tell me who was behind the ring when he got a hole in his head.
Oh, he was going to tell you, was he? Just like that. What did you do? Set his clothes on fire?
No. We were playing truth and consequences, and he fibbed, so I...
Now, you stop that. This guy was the only link we had on the counterfeit ring. And you have to fix it so he dies. Rick, there's enough phony money floating around New York right now to start another Black Friday. This is the best setup we've run into since Dad Foster operated in 1937.
Dad Foster?
Yeah, Dad Foster. You remember hearing about him?
Yeah, is he still doing time?
No, he served his sentence and he's gone straight ever since.
How do you know? Where is he?
He runs a little saloon on 53rd Street.
53rd? Thanks, Bob.
Oh, now, you wait a minute. Who the devil are you calling?
A quiz program. I want to win an electric chair.
Oh.
Mary Lou's ice cream parlor.
Is Jeff the newsboy there?
Why, yes. It's for you, Jeff.
Thanks. Hello?
Jeff, this is Mr. Diamond. I want you to do me a favor.
Sure, anything for you.
Okay, now, you know the saloon next to the ice cream parlor?
Yeah?
You know the bartender?
Yeah, old guy. Buys the paper from me every night.
All right. Now, stay in the parlor and keep an eye on the front of the saloon. If the bartender comes out, find out where he goes. But for Pete's sake, be careful.
Sure, Mr. Diamond. I'll do what you say. Is something up?
Well, could be. Now, if anything happens before I get there, call Lieutenant Levinson. I'll tell you all about it when I see you.
You're getting to be a pretty important fellow, Jeff. Phone calls now.
Oh, that was Mr. Diamond. He wants me to stay here and keep an eye on the front of the saloon. Okay?
Oh, sure, of course. But why did he want you to do that?
Oh, it's something big, I think. Something to do with the bartender that works there.
The bartender?
Yeah. I'll just sit up in front here and keep an eye out.
Look, Jeff, watch the store for me, will you? I've got to go in back and pack some ice cream to be sent out.
Sure. Mary Lou! Mary Lou! Guess I'd better get it myself. Mary Lou's ice cream parlor.
Can I talk with Mary Lou?
And she went in back. I'll get her for you. Just a minute.
Thank you.
I tell you, it's getting too risky. That Diamond's a private detective.
Yeah, he came in the bar and started to rough up Walker.
Well, that stupid Walker should have been more careful about passing out that money. What if Diamond catches him and makes him talk?
He caught up, but he didn't make Walker talk.
What do you mean?
I took care of Walker. I got a good shot at him from the alley.
Well, maybe it's better like that. But look, if we don't...
Hello?
Yeah?
Mary Lou isn't here. Get off the line.
What? What?
Yeah, get off.
Operator,
Get me the 5th Precinct Police Station. It's a matter of life and death.
I'll connect you.
Oh, golly, please hurry.
I'm ringing.
5th Precinct.
Is Mr. Richard Diamond around there? He said to call Lieutenant Levinson.
Oh, Diamond isn't here. That is the lieutenant.
You know where I can reach them?
Yeah, but that's about it all. Who's this?
I'm a friend of Mr. Diamond's. I'm in an ice cream parlor.
Ice cream parlor. Look, son.
No. I just heard someone say that they'd killed a man named Walker, and I think I know who's behind the counterfeit ring.
What's the address?
It's...
Hello. Hello, kid. What's wrong? Hello.
Good lucky we came out this way.
I wonder how he hurt us.
We walked back and opened the door. What are we going to do with him?
Well, tie him up and gag him. There's a closet in the back, and we can put him in there until it's safe to take him out.
Oh, but he's making too much trouble the way he is. Okay.
I can get him back there. You better go on over to the bar in case someone shows up.
All right. Later tonight, I'll take the kid down to the river and teach him how hard it is to swim when he's dead. Now, you listen here, young fella. If you're back here for trouble...
Dad, I'm back for a lot of trouble, and I think you're going to help me out.
You'd better leave, Sonny, or I'll call the law.
Why don't you?
What do you want?
I want to know how long you've been back in the counterfeit racket.
Now, look, Sonny, I've been going straight for a long time.
You know something, Dad? I don't think so. Let's get down to the station and talk about it.
You got a warrant, Shamus?
I got a nasty disposition. You want me to show you?
No.
You want a gun, Dad?
Why, what difference does it make?
I want to look at it. A guy named Walker got dead from a gun. Now, let's see it.
Sonny.
What is it?
I can't show it to you.
Yeah, why not?
Because I got it under the bar, pointed right at your belly. If I drag it out, it might scare the customers.
Oh, it's like that, huh?
It sure is. You see that door there in the back?
I know.
That's a good boy. You just keep walking along your side of the bar and don't try anything. I just had my floor scrubbed. It'd be a shame to spill you all over it. Okay. Open the door. Go on now. Up the alley.
You shoot Walker?
I might have.
Oh, where you got your printing presses?
You're just full of questions, aren't you, Sonny? Okay. Stop here.
Behind the ice cream parlor, huh? Well.
Mary!
Make mine hot fudge with the nuts.
Mary!
Just a minute. Say, what's the idea? I thought you... Oh,
Good afternoon. I'm selling a new brand of Indian nuts, great for banana splits.
what's the shamus doing here?
He's too smart. I gotta cut off his education.
Are you crazy? This guy's got friends. That kid was calling the 5th precinct, remember?
Kid?
Yeah, your little news hound.
What did you do with him?
He's all right until tonight. We got him locked up.
Dad, I think I'll make you eat that 38.
I don't think so. No difference if I kill you right here.
Oh, hold it, Dad. We can't have a gun going off back here. Even if we could hide the shamus, they'd find the presses.
Oh, so that's it. Those ice cream machines, the cover-up.
Ain't he smart?
What do? Ship the stuff out in ice cream cartons?
What's with you? You want a tour of inspection?
Come on, now, take it easy. You won't be smart for long.
Well, how are you going to do it?
We're going to take a walk, aren't we, Shamus?
Oh, I have the most horrible instep. I'll never make it without skates or something.
You'll make it. Come on, the car's on front.
Hi. Hey, what's happening to the street?
Dad.
Yeah, it's only some drunk come out of the bar the wrong way. Funny, I didn't see him in
Well, this is very confusing. If this is 53rd Street, somebody's stolen some building. Oh, hi. Hello.
Now, take it easy, Shamus. I'm putting the gun in my pocket, but it's still right in line with your belt.
I'm going back inside.
No. Play it straight. Just like we were talking.
Well, you're pretty unsociable, to say the least. What's the matter? Can't you even say hello? I'm lost.
Sure. You're in an alley. The entrance is right out there.
Oh, yeah? Oh, would you mind showing me? I seem to be a little confused.
Now, look, it's right up there. Just keep going.
Hey, where'd you go?
Oh, no.
Oh, there you are, Lieutenant.
Lieutenant.
It's a cop.
Look out, Walt.
Get the girl off. Come on, Dad. Give me that gun.
Let go of me. Let me go, you lousy copper.
You got him, Rick? He won't play.
Now you will.
Just take it easy, lady.
Hey, what's going on?
Otis.
Yeah? Go out and start walking around the block.
Huh?
You hear me? Go on.
Okay, but I don't get it. What do you want me to walk around the block for?
I want you to get used to it, because that's what you're going to be doing for the rest of your time on the force. In Flatbush.
Flatbush?
Yes.
No.
Gee, Mr. Diamond, thanks for the dinner invitation, but where are we going?
Well, I'm going to introduce you to Miguel. She's a redhead, Jeff, so no cracks about my office research.
Oh, sure. But don't you think you should have called her first? How do you know she's got enough dinner?
Jeff, this girl's got more steaks in her deep freezer than a bullfight arena sees in a year. Here we are.
Yes? Oh, good evening, Mr. Diamond.
Good evening, Francis. This is Jeff, Francis. He's going to have dinner with us.
Hi.
Oh, hi. Come right in. Miss Asher's in the study, Mr. Diamond.
Thank you, Francis.
Mr. Diamond.
Yes?
You know the various items that you've left with me for safekeeping?
Look, Francis, I promise I'll get them out of hock as soon as I get a paying client.
Oh, no, it's not that, sir. I didn't really want to hold them as security in the first place. But as long as you insisted in such a fine collection, I'd like to show them to my girl, sir.
Why, sure, Francis. I didn't know you had a girl.
Oh, yes, sir. She's the upstairs maid in the apartment below us.
Oh.
I'm afraid I told her a wee fib to get acquainted, as it were. She thinks I'm an undercover agent, and I'm afraid I'm going to have to prove it.
Wow. Well, my gun and the badge should do the trick. And if it doesn't work, just get under a cover.
Oh, my George, that was a real... Yes, sir. Good evening, sir.
Come on, Jeff. We're not appreciated.
Rick. Oh, hello.
Hello.
Helen, this is Jeff, the boy who's helping me send Dad Foster and Company back to prison. Jeff, this is Helen Asher.
Yes, sir.
Well, thank you, Jeff.
They had him locked up in the closet for a couple of hours, and he looked kind of hungry when he got him out. How about it, honey? You think you can grind up another cow?
Oh, well, there's plenty for Jeff and me, but you've got to make up for 3 things.
3 things?
Yes. First of all, you haven't called me in 2 days. Second, you're half hour late for dinner. And third, well, I'll tell you later.
I'll leave the room if you want me to.
No, Jeff. You stay right here. You're going to literally see a man sing for his supper.
Helen.
All right. Come on, Jeff. We'll go dig into those nice, fat, juicy steaks.
Oh, boy.
Steaks? Wait a minute. My taste buds just started whipping each other. My vibrato may sound like a machine gun, but I'll do it.
Well, I thought you were kidding. Is he really going to sing, Miss Asher?
No, I'm not going to sing Miss Asher. I'm going to do a little song I used to sing with hip boots on a gondola.
You're breaking my heart 'cause you're leaving. You've fallen for somebody new. It isn't too easy believing you'd leave after all we've been through. It's breaking my heart to remember the dreams we depended upon. You're leaving a slow dying ember. I'll miss you, my love, when you're gone. I wish you joy, though teardrops burn. But if someday you should want to return, please hurry back, and we'll make a new start. Till then you're breaking my heart.
Mr. Diamond, did you really sing in a gondola with hip boots on?
Yeah, that's right, Jeff.
Well, I know you don't need the hip boots anymore. Will you loan them to me?
What for?
I want to wait out of here.
Well, get him.
For that, you get 2 desserts.
You have just heard Richard Diamond, Private Detective, starring Dick Powell. Helen was played by Virginia Gregg, Lieutenant Levinson by Ed Begley. Also in our cast were Wilms Herbert, Tommy Bernard, Sammy Hill, Lou Krugman, and Parley Bear. Music was under the direction of Frank Worth. Richard Diamond is written by Blake Edwards and directed by Richard Sandville. Dick Powell soon will be seen in the screen version of the best-selling novel, Mrs. Mike. Now, this is Eddie King inviting you to be with us again at the same time next week, when we will again bring you Dick Powell as Richard Diamond, Private Detective. Saturday night brings you some of the week's best radio entertainment when you tune for the stars on NBC. Stay tuned to NBC every Saturday evening for a great lineup of programs, including Hollywood Star Theater, Ralph Edwards' Truth or Consequences, Your Hit Parade, A Day in the Life of Dennis Day, The Judy Canova Show, and Grand Ole Opry. All the best on NBC. Stay tuned now for Victor Mature and Hollywood Star Theater on NBC.